Okay, cool. So in terms of what you can expect for these next 12 weeks, I'm looking to see physical changes, performance changes, and of course psychological changes too.
Yep.
So I guess as a whole, we're looking at a total transformation.
New man. Good morning, welcome back to another video. Today is Tuesday, and this is week number 1 of a 12-part fitness series that I'm going to be doing here on my YouTube channel. The whole plan isn't for me to get like Arnie in 12 weeks. It's not possible. My plan is that right now I'm at a certain point, and after 12 weeks of dedicated training and nutrition, I'm going to hopefully get to point B. I'm going to be documenting here on my YouTube channel with my personal trainer Julian. For anyone who doesn't know, this is Julian. He is the man that's going to be killing me for the next 12 weeks if I stop posting content at the end of March. This man is probably the reason why.
We spoke over social media fairly recently, and the guy is serious about getting in shape. And I'm coming to meet George every day, pretty much for the next 12 weeks, to get him in the best shape of his life.
And from there, I'm hopefully going to have this new reinvigorated passion and desire to maintain what I've got and keep moving forward. There's going to be a lot of conversations in this video, particularly towards the end. You're going to have a lot more knowledge as to why I'm doing this, what it's going to be about, what each week is going to entail in terms of these videos. I feel pretty good this morning. There's a little bit of DOMs. I'm making a little bit, and today we're going to be heading to the gym in about 20 minutes, and it is the first upper body session of the program, and I'm feeling really energized. I got an early night last night. I was in bed, probably asleep by about 10:45, which is quite early for me. Very rarely asleep before midnight. So let's get in there and tackle session number 2.
When you're ready, let's go. Good. Good, chest stays high. Good, George. Come on, let's go. Smooth. Keep working, mate. Let's go. Yep. Let's get it. Come on, mate. Yep. Let's push. Final set stuff. Good man. Decent. Okay.
Yes. Nailed it.
Push, just push, just push, just push. 15 seconds of effort, come on. Sprint, 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 sprint.
Why? I can't even hold my camera.
I'll be on the case. But yeah, we just finished session 2. This week's largely about coaching, but still pushing George through his paces. How'd you feel?
Can you not tell?
Yeah, no, you did well then.
I felt a bit delirious, to be honest, because it's like throwing myself into an intensity that I've just paid no attention to for years, really. So
Yeah.
good session. Number 2 done. On to number 3. So it's day 3. It's Wednesday morning, and even to get from here to here, I feel a bit of a pinch on the back of my hamstrings. Today is leg day number 2. So Monday was leg day number 1. Yesterday was upper body number 1, finishing off with cardio sprints. And then today is leg day number 3 on Wednesday. I have no idea how I'm going to go through this today. I'm kind of dreading today. Every 3rd day of this program, I drop the calories by half. So we're trying to consume up to 2,700 calories max per day. And today is the 3rd day, and it's the day I'm feeling the most tired, and it's the day where I drop it to 1,350 calories. So I had 190 calories in that protein cookie. Got my BCAAs in here. Got Julian a little stash of his own BCAAs because he's going to be doing a bit of training today too. Not messing about then. Took some creatine about 15 minutes before. I feel quite drained. It's the intensity of these workouts is not something I'm used to, because it's more of like I normally just go to the gym and train hard for like 20 minutes and then just chat. The focus is on the training, on the quality of all the reps, and just pushing me to and beyond my limits really. Day 3 is a leg day, and my legs already ache from the last leg day, which was only 2 days ago. He's actually messaged me now and he says, just outside El Stacion. So, I'm really... So it's legs day 2 today.
Legs day 2.
My legs already hurt from day 1.
They're going to be hurting. We're going to be starting with some heavier deadlifts, then we're going to move on to some lunges, and then finish with some isolation. And your very finish point is going to be some sprints on the bike. Hopefully you won't fall off. Cool, so what George is just consuming now is some BCAAs, some branched chain amino acids, and it's just going to help him ideally sustain a bit of muscle tissue when he's on a calorie deficit, but also give him a bit more energy to sustain himself throughout the entirety of the session.
I'm going to need that. I desperately need that.
There's always obstacles, right? So everybody faces some obstacles, and I think we found him now in an extremely motivated stage. So yeah, I can't see it being an issue. So let's get cracking. Let's group down there. We've got 2 legs, so there, and then we'll come back. Tight, chest stays up high.
I like this gym because I'm quite clearly out of place in here, which is like pushing me to actually try harder so I don't make a fool of myself. No matter what it is, everyone says like, oh, don't worry about what other people think of you in the gym. You're always subconsciously going to do it, consciously going to do it.
Okay, so we're going to start off with deadlifts. These are the conventional deadlifts. We're going to start with 50 kilos of the bar. Again, today's about technique. Now, George, have you done these before?
Once with you many years ago, but like never properly. 10, I'm going to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're happy to get into it? Or should we demo first?
I'd like a demo.
Okay, right, so first things first, we want shins against the bar all times.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Keep the rough and narrow shoulder width apart.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to put one under and one over. I'm going to go double over to take my bicep. Hold the most weight, you're going to go one under and one over. Yeah. And you're going to pull up the shins, up the knees, up the thighs, and stand tall. Okay? Balance better there. So feel 49 kilos the weight. Tension on, now lift up the shins. Not bad, stand tall. Perfect, good. Pull, 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 pull. Nice. Good. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good, stand tall, perfect. Push my knees out to generate lift. Knees push out, knees then lock, and hips come through at the end. So in full speed, it looks like this. Reach down to the bar, straight down. Okay, now I want to focus on neutralising that spine. That's good, George. This is going to be a natural lift for you, I can tell already. Push the knees out hard. Feel 49 kilos. Pull up the shins. Push the knees apart. Fucking perfect. Okay. Absolutely, yeah. Rate that. Okay. It's natural. Good. Well done. That's 2. Okay, bum back, chest up high, extension position. Push the knees out hard. Now. Yep. There, that's better. Good. And relax there. Good, it's fine.
It's hard, man. Like, I've never done these movements before. And obviously week one, the focus is all on technique. So if I'm getting it wrong, Julian is correcting me and telling me to stop and start again.
I'm not concerned about the weight at all today. It's literally just about movement. And once the movement is perfect, and this is with all of my clients, then we start to progress load. Best set. Is that good?
Oh man. Going to do lunges now, which are categorically, in my minimal gym experience, my least favourite exercise ever.
We do a lot of squat movements generally in day-to-day life. What that does is it really tightens up the hip flexors, so your whole movement will suffer if you're squatting too much. Now, what a lunge does is the opposite. It really lengthens the hip flexors. So the rear leg in a lunge is under huge amounts of stretch. So not only is it a good muscle builder, but also you'll find it's good for just as a general therapy movement promoter.
Therapy.
You could call it that, yeah.
Therapy always sounds like it's a nice thing that means you come out of the other end of it a better person.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Right, okay.
Tension, I'm with you. Drag through, I'm with you. Make it hurt. Come on. There's 8. Let's go. Let's keep pushing. I want 4 more. Let's go. Tension. Home straight. Pain care, George. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Last 3. Tension on. Let's go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Well done, mate. Last 2.
Feel a bit sick.
Breathe. Breathe. You've got 1 minute.
Oh man.
Yeah. And when you're getting to the end of a set like that, where everything's coming into play, you've got to call on all recruits, including the calf sometime. We're almost there. It's doing well. Tension on. Almost extension. Come back slowly. It's a smooth pace now, okay? So we're never fully extending that knee. Okay. Alright, let's go. Tension up. Drag through it. Let's go. Perfect. And back down. Good. Yeah, nice. I reckon you get a bit more range. Pull that lever over there. Alright, boy. Cardio time. Let's do it. Well, that's all. Alright, boy, let's get on. Set it up.
Just what we're doing
So today is different. It's 30-second sprints. It's a 1 minute rest. Okay? So we're here for 15 minutes. Although your output is obviously going to be diminished, your perceived effort can still be high.
Yeah.
You can still give me everything. Yeah. This is the icing on the cake. But it's this part which separates those who make massive changes in 12 weeks and those who so-so. And we're going to go at 30 seconds,
okay.
For 30 seconds, and that'll be round 1. You get a minute rest, I'll repeat that 10 times. Whole job will take 15 minutes and we're done. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 seconds, mate. Okay, let's go. 20 seconds left. Push, 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 push. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 15 seconds, let's go. Let's push, let's push, let's push. Come on, mate. All right, now kick. Last 10 seconds, kick. Yes. Push, 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 push. Come on, George. 5, convince me, convince me. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. So, this session finishes with some high intensity cardio, okay? So to limit the amount of time we spend on a bit of cardio kit, nobody likes being there for too long, we're doing 30-second sprints where the resistance is higher, for instance at level 15 on this machine, and then 1 minute rest where the resistance is minimal, it's just active recovery. So we're still spinning the wheels, but it's down to like level 3, level 4. And it means we can get a lot of work done, hell of a lot of calories burned, and evoke a massive metabolic response in a very short space of time.
Whew, that sounds bloody lovely.
And basically, it just means pain.
The pain cave.
The pain cave is something that you're getting to be quite at home in.
Give us a dictionary definition of the pain cave.
Let's go. Push, push. 3, dig deep, pain cave, 2, 1, and relax. Good. That's the pain cave.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nice one, man. That's
very good.
Session 3 done in the week.
Yep.
Which incidentally was also legs 2. I think you did well.
I think I did as well, mate. You know, like, especially after we were doing the, I now call them the hamstring bicep curls.
Yeah.
That cramp was very, very painful, and I didn't think I was going to push out those final pushes.
So there's 2 things that I'm really pleased with from your session today, which was you're getting into the habit now of making a lightweight intentionally feel as heavy as possible.
Yeah.
So that language of reps and sets is becoming more meaningful, and you're more focused on muscle shortening and muscle lengthening under tension. So I've noticed that. So you're really putting yourself into some pain from rep 1.
Yes.
And that's like a huge progression, technical progression.
Yeah.
And you're going to see big changes from that. The fact that it's session 1 and we stayed well within your limits on the more technical stuff, there's definitely scope for big changes there.
Yeah, okay, nice. What would you recommend for, like, I've got 1100 calories left in the nutrition diary for the rest of the day. When should I be loading those on? Okay,
so you're not training tomorrow. Tomorrow's a rest day, so it's not critical for you to immediately begin recovery.
Yeah.
You did eat prior to the session, so that food that's going to be in your stomach and your digestive system now is going to be available to begin that reparation process. Because your calories are so low today, I would offset getting any food in at all for as long as possible.
Okay.
So just do whatever you can to stave off hunger for now. If that's, you know, having a cup of coffee, black coffee, get some water in you. I couldn't bear the thought of eating all my food now and having nothing for the rest of the day
before I go to bed.
So just offset that gratification.
Cool, mate.
Nice one.
It's been good.
Smashed it.
Right guys, I'm still filming on the phone, got my dressing gown on, I've just had a shower. That was cardio week 1. I put it as the 4th session of the week, as Julian is coming up to train me tomorrow for the 2nd upper body session of the week. For each of these videos, each week is going to be heavily focused on one session. Now obviously Wednesday's session, which was legs 2, was the focus of week 1. Next week the focus is going to be on upper body 1. But this cardio session, it was something I was dreading, to be honest, because I've already trained legs twice this week. It's Thursday. I'm not used to this intensity of working out, and I really surprised myself today. It was 15 minutes of 3 separate modes of cardio. So started on the treadmill, which is definitely my weakest. I don't really like running at all, but I got it done. And secondly was the cross trainer. That was good. And then thirdly, which is my strongest, is the bike. I say it's my strongest is because I can go at a higher intensity for longer. And it also makes me happy when I see the distance goes up a lot quicker as well. But yeah, that is the cardio workout done. One more tomorrow, which is upper body 2. Feeling really good though. Yes guys, so yesterday we took cardio down Thursday, which was the 4th session of the week. It's usually going to be the last one, but I feel absolutely knackered after yesterday. We were doing 15 minutes on 3 different cardio modes. Started on the treadmill, then went onto the cross trainer, then the bike. Knocked out quite a lot, to be honest. I'm quite happy with my performance, but I think today is going to be really tough. Let's end the week strong. 1A on the program. That was quite good. 1A.
Push. Let's go. Good lad, let's go. Big effort now, that's 5. Let's go. Smooth rep, 6. Squeeze. Good, drag through it. Good, George. Mate, arms looking formidable, let's go. Come on. Drag through, excellent. Keep those wrists flat, mate. We're still starting to flex them now, let's go. Up. Good, last one, mate. Yep. Good, and relax there. When you do this, okay, you're using this muscle to bring the weight closer to shorten the lever arm. So you're actually making the weight less by reducing the length of the distance from the bar from here to here.
Right.
Okay. But also, a bit of muscular effort from the forearm flexors by helping the lift.
So, session 4 of the weight training at least. I know you did your cardio yesterday.
Yep.
But the final upper body session, so upper body 2, what did you think? How did you get on?
I feel like I struggled today.
Yeah.
I feel like towards the end of the session, my energy was depleted to a point where it was just failure even on a press up. To be failing on a press up, I've kind of got to take the positive of that instead of just like beating myself up.
The positive there is that, the whole function of training is to create the right amount of damage to the target muscle. And the fact that you're struggling on what you know is normally a basic move is fantastic. It's showing that you've done the work and you've targeted the right muscles, and particularly today with a lot of pressing involved. We did overhead presses, we did decline presses, we worked shoulders in isolation. It's not surprising to me that at that point in the session, a press up became humbling. So that's a good thing, I'm pleased with that. Also, it's week 1. I'm not expecting you to be an Olympian in week 1, but it gives us an idea of starting point, and there's loads and loads of scope for improvement across these next 12 weeks. So I'm pleased, mate. I think you've actually grown in kind of the way that you've approached it. I've seen a bit of aggression, a bit of controlled aggression at times, a bit of passion. I can see that this is meaningful.
Definitely.
And that's the key. If it's important to you, then pursue it. If it's not, we're not in the habit of telling anybody to do what they don't want to be doing.
Absolutely.
Right? If you want to get in great shape though, you've now got a system to follow. So people can access this exact plan that you're doing via the Team Titanium page.
Absolutely.
Okay? And that's obviously an exclusive group on Facebook. And not only we get access to that program, that blueprint, you'll also get community support. So we've got a good few members now who are doing this plan as well, so you can interact with them. You also have access to myself as a coach, 24-hour correspondence via the group as well. So any questions or queries can be alleviated pretty much instantaneously. This week, looking at it more globally, I guess the main focus has been technique throughout. I've not been concerned at all about you lifting massive weights or pushing yourself to 100% capacity. The focus has been entirely on technique. And I think if we think about upper body movements, the main recurring theme for you this week has been wrist, elbow and shoulder alignment, particularly in pressing moves.
Definitely.
We noticed very quickly that when you addressed that, when we remedied that posture, your strength was up 10-20% straight away. So there's been a lot of technical gain there for sure, but also we want to keep these healthy. So it's important to address that from week 1.
Cool. So when I'm leaning forward, is it more of a case of I'm taking the weight on a different part of my body, or is it more of a risk of injury?
It's both. It's a good question. So it's both. So first and foremost, we want to keep you safe, all right? So if you're going into what we call internal rotation, you're putting a huge amount of stress on some of the supportive muscle groups, some of the inferior muscle groups, okay, which are not designed to handle large loads, but you instantly shift a lot of load onto them if you go out of alignment. Okay?
Yeah,
so that's
okay.
the first thing.
That makes sense.
Secondary as well, like mechanically, you're just not moving in a favourable way to make the target muscle groups work well. I think, you know, your squat movement, we started off a little bit sketchy. We were struggling a little bit with depth and that hip hinge. Spine posture was a bit out of whack as well, going into a bit of flexion in your T-spine particularly, and hyperextension in your neck. That's all corrected, and you know there are recurring themes there with that spine posture in your lower body and upper body movements too.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go into week 2 now, a bit harder, and to push you a little bit, well, a lot harder actually.
Yeah,
starting next week, but you
Cool.
know, you've got a taste for it now.
I'm enjoying it. In the past, I've only really had someone who's drawn up a load of exercises that I can do, and then I've looked on YouTube and like, oh, how do I do like a this press or that pull?
Yeah.
And it's not really been like a this is what I do here, this is what I do there, this is what I eat on those days.
Yeah.
And I'm liking doing this as well. I think making videos on this and actually being able to watch this as a 12-part series on my channel is going to be big for me when I look in 9 months' time and say, I'm so glad I finally made the decision to take this seriously. But on that note, we need to go, mate, because we've got other things to do.
Yeah, you got food to eat.
I do have some serious food to eat. I need some energy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
cooking at home.
Decent. Yeah, nutrition, cooking.
I'm cooking some banging meals.
They got a feature.
It's
That's steak.
good.
That steak meal you showed me the other day.
Those M&S new potatoes. Leaving it there.